start?
Sure. The process that we go through is there's a lot of design-led research in the beginning. So you're sort of challenging your quantitative data with qualitative analysis, which means basically you're going out and talking to people. Is this data correct? Are the statistics right? We tend to rely so much on our desk research. You know, we've Googled it, so it must be true. And so often it's actually not, or it's not the full story. And so the research phase is really important. It's very open. We call it, you know, diverging. So you take a lot of information in, and then we converge. So we start to synthesize that data. What are those key elements? What stood out? What's new? Right? Those key insights. There are a lot of findings, but they're not necessarily drivers for the innovation. And then after you synthesize some of the research, you figure out what are some of the things bubbling up that you can identify that have happened repeatedly, and you can start to brainstorm around those. Brainstorming is, again, a very open process. So, you know, everything is possible, and it's a really creative and fun part of the process. And then we converge again, and we try to figure out which are the ones that are the most feasible, manageable, and you assess that on the needs of the entrepreneurs of the team at the time. So can you actually make this? Is this feasible financially, technologically, and so forth? And then you start prototyping, iterating on that, lots of tests, getting to a pilot, and then getting to a launch. And that whole process, we call it iterative because you're constantly going back in these feedback loops before you bring it into the world. And so lots of people and stakeholders have had a chance to co-create with you, to inform it, to support it, to test it. So you're not putting something fresh, new out into the world that nobody's seen before. You've actually been collaborating and co-creating for quite a long time with the stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.